are you watching?
Hey, man. 1, 2, 3.
Boom!
Word.
Welcome to MSPN. I'm Tim Ward, the co-host, but this week I got a co-host. I got my boy Kevin Green in the house. Mr. Bronson, he needed a week off. Those bad picks he been making, they finally caught up with him last week, so he kind of depressed about, how bad his picks was, so Kevin gonna fill in for him. Kev, you went up to Canton last week. I know you pretty much hit all three fields, but you was up in Canton for the longest. How was it up there in Canton last week?
Well, Tim, yesterday morning I started off at St. Joe and made my way to Smith Wills and then went on up to Canton, is what they called it. First, I just want Canton, if y'all could just plant some trees out there on the field somewhere, because, man, it took everything I had, Tim, to try to cool off. But that's beside the point. We had some good football up there in Canton. KP Cowboys came up there. I think they brought the broom with them up there and swept the Colts. That was surprising. I thought the Colts was going to put up a pretty good game on that A-team game, but they kind of handed it to them, all three of them. They scored a lot of points on all three of them, and then we had the next game was the Saints. And who the Saints playing? Playing the Titans. They were playing the Titans, and the Titans went up there and they brought the broom out as well. So, as the kids said, Jacktown represented well up there in Canton. So we came out of there with some pretty good wins.
Okay, and I know back in Jackson we had I know at St. Joe especially had a good 18 game between the Bears and the Redskins. The Bears went in with a 12-point lead going to the fourth quarter. The Redskins 18 rallied, scored 13 and win it. I even heard that the crowd started chanting Rico. He wasn't able to coach, because of his dad's funeral. So to see the crowd and the kids, rally around that was a good thing. But you know how it is in Mice. We got the real football, the competitive football. So you got to bring it on every play. So. Absolutely,
because that game there, I was there for that first game, the A-team game between the Bears and the Redskins, and it was a real emotional game. Bears jumped right out on them, 12-0, in probably the first quarter. But the Redskins steadfast, stuck to their game plan, and they were able to pull a win out for Rico. As we know, Rico lost his father on last week. Our condolences out to the Rico Harper family. Meisel will be praying for them continuously through this event.
Right. Okay. Well, that's pretty much our preview of the last week. So what we're going to do, we're going to kick it to the highlights for a second, and we'll be back, and we'll go do those picks that we know y'all tuned in to see. And I'll be watching.
You watching.
Welcome back. Well, Kevin, it's that time of the show that we know everybody tunes in for, the part that makes some coaches sensitive. And some fans want to say, see, we won. And that's basically our picks of the week.
Absolutely.
You ready to get going?
Yeah, I know Coach Williams up there, C-team coach for KP Cowboys, made a statement. He said, why do they always pick us to lose? I said, well, if you're winning, you ought to be glad. I'd tell them to pick me to lose every time as long as I'm winning. You don't want to get jinxed, do you?
Right.
So he just kind of laughed it off. So we're going to see if we can pick KP this week to win.
All right, well, we're going to start it off. Titans, 49ers, A-team at Smith Wills. Who you got, man? Who you got?
Well, it took a long, hard thought on this one here, Titans. Titans. I'm going with the Titans on that one. Going with the Titans A team. I think I saw them play yesterday. They look pretty good. Smith and them look like they're getting those boys together over there. So we're gonna go with the Titans A team.
All right. I'm taking the 49ers on this one. 49ers is a down year for them, but I think they got a little bit more than the Titans on the 18.
Okay.
Not a whole lot more, but a little bit.
Not enough. I don't think they got enough.
Okay. C-team game, 49ers Titans. Who you got?
I think I'm going to go with the 49ers on this one. I've seen the 49ers play, got pretty good coaches over there. They play sound, fundamental football. So I'm going to pick the 49ers C team on that one.
I'm rolling with the 49ers C team too. You know, Coach Beasley, he always has his guys going on the C team. So I expect them to handle their business on that one. B team game.
Well, B team game, that's an easy answer there. As long as B team got number 34 running the ball, playing with them, I'm taking the Titans all the way. 34, I'm calling you out. 34, give it to 34. He gonna run it.
I think I'm picking the Titans B team on this one too. And yeah, Harris is a bad dude. And you know, I've been messing with Coach Roach of the 49ers B team all year. I think he's been more worried about taking pictures of the games than actually coaching this year. So I'm not quite sure how this gonna work. But Harris is a bad boy. Let him do his thing, and I don't think the 49ers can stop him this week. Coming down, let's see, C team, Dolphins and the Bears. I'm rolling with the Bears on that one.
I would agree. Bears got a pretty good C team. They got some pretty good guys over there. I've seen them play a couple of times. Dolphins, first year, they're still getting it together, so I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to stick with the Bears on that one.
Okay. A team, who you got?
Got to go with the Bears. They looking good. Bears, they slipped a little bit this weekend, but I think they're going to bounce back this weekend and put up a lot of points this weekend against the Dolphins.
I think this is going to be the blowout special this week.
Absolutely.
They coming off the 1-point loss to the Redskins. They feel they had them. So I think they're going to take their frustration out on the Dolphins this week. You know, Dolphins, last time they played, Natchez put 51 up on them.
Absolutely.
So Bears may try to do it again themselves. B team, Dolphins, Bears, who you got?
I'm going with old Carlos over there. Carlos, Coach Carlos over there with the B team. He's got his kids going in the right direction. First time head coach over there for Carlos. Okay. He's doing a tremendous job over there with the Bears. They kind of ran against a tough team with the Redskins this weekend, but I think he's going to bounce back as well this weekend and pull off a good victory.
Okay. I'm going with Coach Carlos, too. He's got an excellent defense. My biggest concern with him all year has been his offense. Can he get his offense to score enough points? But that being said, the Dolphins can't score enough points yet. Right. Like I said, first year, you know, having to work a lot of kinks out. A lot of people don't realize your first year is not just football you got to deal with. There's all other things that go along with it. So I'm going with the Bears. Saints and Vikings, C team. Who you got?
Woo! I don't know, Tim. That's a tough one there. I don't know. We got two first-time teams in the league. The Vikings over there, and we got the Saints from out of Canton. I'm going to go with Jacktown here. I'm going to just say I'm going to go with the Vikings. All right, Coach, over there. I'm picking you out, calling you out now. I'm holding up for Jacktown up in here. So I'm gonna pick the Vikings on this one.
All right, well, I'm taking the Saints on this one. The Kansas City C team, they've been pretty decent this year. They do have some wins under their belt. The Vikings C team, those guys are scrappy. They play hard. It's just not enough of them. Man.
Just not enough of them.
They get tired, man. So they can get some help for the Vikings. You know, I think they will probably be one of the top C teams. So with that, I'm picking the Saints C team.
Okay.
B team.
I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one.
This one, to me, it was a toss-up. So I'm going to pick the Vikings on this one just to see. You know, I think they have a little bit more than the Saints right now.
I'm going to pick the Saints because I got a little blood out of Canton. My daddy from Canton, so I'm going to go with them a little bit on this one.
Okay. A-team, Vikings and Saints. Man, I got to roll with the Vikings on this one. Now, the C team need help. The A team definitely need help. But they got 39 and 41. Man, if they could just let those guys come out the field for about 30 seconds.
To get a break.
They will be all right, but they don't get that chance.
Absolutely. So I'm rolling with the Vikings as well. We'll go with the Vikings on this one. They got a pretty good team. I saw them play yesterday. They will scrap. They're going to fight to the end. But I think the Vikings got a good shot pulling this one out tomorrow. On next week, rather.
All right. Redskins and Panthers A team over at St. Joe. Man, Redskins still undefeated. The Panthers scored 34 this past week, so they hit and miss offense. But I'm still picking the Redskins.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one. Rico and them, they play sound football. Those guys, they're going to run dead direct at you. They ain't running away from you, so I'm going to have to pick Redskins. And Rico will be back next week, too, so he's going to be even more fired up.
Right.
They're going to be fired up, so I don't know what to say, Panthers. Y'all better watch out. Rico back in the house next week.
But I will give a shout-out to the Panthers 18 for scoring 34 points, to shout out to Coach Amp, the one that Bronson called the Nintendo genius. give him a shout-out for his team scoring 34 points this week. They not go do it next week, but give them props for doing it last week.
Absolutely.
Redskins B team and versus the Panthers. I'm picking the Redskins. The Panthers B team, I'm concerned about the coaching. And what I mean by that is, I hate to see coaches try to give the game away. It's under a minute to go, and you're running the ball, the clock is running. Then all of a sudden, it's third down. I forgot who they were playing. They had burned 2 timeouts. They decided they want to throw it, man.
No, they didn't, did they?
And stop the clock.
Stop the clock.
For no reason.
None whatsoever.
Matter of fact, they were playing the Jaguars. Stop the clock. You know you can't get rocked no extra time.
Not
man.
no time.
So, but the coaching decisions is what concerns me. So with that, I'm picking the Redskins B team.
Well, I'm gonna pick the Redskins B team as well. I've been telling everybody, I said, man, they got a lot of sausage over there. It's hard to eat all that sausage at one time, Doc.
Right.
They running dead at you up the gut, and here it comes, more sausage, more sausage, more sausage. So Panthers, you better bring some buns if you plan on eating them sausages, Doc, because they coming at you. I got B team all the way Redskins.
And C team, man.
Coach Larry.
Larry just do what he do.
Larry gonna make it happen over there. So you gotta go. You gotta go. We're going Redskins.
Oh, you got to be.
Got to go Redskins. It'd be no other way.
Yeah, and as Bronson would say, it's time to go
They
ahead.
coming.
It's
Sweep.
time to go ahead and do it like this now.
It's gonna be a sweep. Panthers. As Bronson would say, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Moving on, Broncos versus the Colts C team. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm going with the Broncos C team. Little Orange County, man, the boys bring it, man.
They tough. They tough little guys.
They done got on a roll. They got the perfect blend of offense, defense, whatever you want. If you want to shoot out, they can score with you. If they need to play hard-nosed defense to keep it to beat you 6-0, they will. Little Orange County, man, the future is looking real bright for Orange County over there.
Yeah, old Barry Miller getting Orange County together over there. He's picked up enough kids off the streets and put some uniforms on them, got them going real good. And I got to stick with you on this one. Orange County, Little Orange County, they making some noise over there.
Okay. Now on the B team, Colts and Broncos, I'm picking the Colts. They got a nice little quarterback who's got a good. He's pretty accurate. He's not having to throw the ball 20, 30 yards down the field. I think last week his stats came in. He completed 5 or 7 for like over 100 yards. So they like to throw the ball, and he can throw it. The Broncos B team, they play hard. They got to win this week. Their coach almost gave it away too. Called 2 timeouts himself under a minute to go. Don't shoot yourself like that, coach. Don't shoot yourself. I know you joke with me, call me Coach Pitcher Man when I said, man, what you doing? But I'm telling you, don't shoot yourself like that. Now, that being said, I'm going with Coach Sawyer and the B team with the Colts.
I'm going to go with Coach Sawyer and them as well. I like what Coach Sawyer is doing up there in Canton with the Colts up there. He's getting them together. He's God bless you, Coach Sawyer. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. You did a great job up there. Keep doing what you're doing. I think you may be ready this week. You may pull it out this week on that B team. So keep it up. Keep it up.
Now, going to the A team, the Colts A team, until Saturday, they were undefeated. I was concerned about their week off and they having to come play KP. They played a good KP team that you don't know which one going to show up. Yeah. Last week, the good KP showed up.
Right.
So the Broncos A team, they've been there in all their games, but they hadn't been able to quite get over the hump. That being said, I think the Broncos going to go ahead. They got to win Saturday. I think they finally got over the hump. So I think, and they need it for the playoffs. So I'm picking the Broncos A team this week.
Well, Tim, I've seen the Colts play their A team, and I know what they're capable of doing. Mm-hmm. It's just like you would say, which team is going to show up.
Right.
But I think Coach Sawyer, being a praying man as he is, he's going to get on his knees and he's going to pray and ask God to help him out a little bit. And I think the A team. God bless you. God bless you. I think the A team is going to pull it out for Canton Colts. Coach Sawyer, I'm going for you, Doc. God bless you.
And don't forget in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
All right. Now, rolling down the Natchez, we got the Giants making the Natchez, which, first of all, will all the Giants make it to Natchez? That being said.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing right there, if they're going to make it.
Well, they all make it down there. With me, I'm just going to let you know right now, I'm picking the Falcons sweep.
Yeah, we can make that one real simple.
Yeah.
Montre, I hate to do it. Coach Ahmad over there, that's my cuz. I hate to do it. Got to go with Natchez. They looking pretty good this year. They got an Arsenal attack. I know on that 18.
Oh, yeah, the 18.
I've not had a chance to see them play, but I've heard a lot of people talk about them. So I think we're bringing the broom out as well with a clean sweep with Natchez and down the Natchez over the Giants.
The 18 Giants has been a down year for them. They play hard.
They tough. They gonna play you. They gonna play Natchez now. Don't take this the wrong way now. They're not gonna lay down for you. They gonna play.
They're not gonna lay down.
They're not gonna lay down. They gonna play to the end.
But I think all those years that Natchez been in the league, 18, I gotta joke with the coach a little bit. All those beat downs they took years ago, and now they got everything put together. They got a solid quarterback. They got, of course, the most dangerous man in Mike, as I call him, on the 18 with him. They got the defense going. They learn from the lumps, and they got a line.
Right.
So, A-team, Natchez, B-team, C-team, they just looking good. I just don't see the Giants having enough to get them. That being said, well, I know who you picking this next set.
There's no doubt about it. We're going with a clean sweep. Jackson Steelers. That's right. You heard it right here. Kevin Green. The Jackson Steelers will be a clean sweep up there in Kearney Park.
That being said, that's who he picked. But really, he didn't have any other choice if he wanted to go to practice this week.
Absolutely.
That being said, I'm going to agree with you on the B and C team. The A team, I'm going to roll with Coach Rod and them this week.
Okay.
Now, that being said, this probably be the week that the wrong Cowboy team showed. But the Steelers A team, Gerald Steele is not what I'm used to seeing from Gerald. You see the hints, what they're trying to do,
right.
But it's just not clicking quite right just yet. And I think what the Cowboys, they got, Wash, Demarius Wash, he's definitely a game changer. He's won games for KP on defense with interceptions taking us to the house, things of that nature. I see then up in the black hole too now.
Right.
They don't like to lose at home, and Natchez went up there and beat them, and they pretty much said they're not gonna lose another home game. So the Steelers go ahead a handful. So
there's no doubt about it. KP, they come prepared for every game. Looking forward to going up to KP. Talked to some of the coaches on yesterday, and we joked around. Just good fun. We're looking forward again. Miser being up there in Kearney Park for a big game. So we want all the fans up in Kearney Park, up in Flora. Some people call it Flora. I call it Flora. Tell all the folks up in Flora to come out to the game. We want a lot of people to fill the stadium up.
Right.
I did that one for Brunson. Fill the stadium up. Buy tickets. Get to the games.
Because the other thing you know about KP, after the game, it's going to be a party.
Oh, man, we're going to do the electric slide on the field. Everybody, win or lose, electric slide goes on the field up there in KP.
Right. So those are the picks this week. You see who we got. As Brunson would say, prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
So tune in. Let's see what happens. And, of course, I'll be watching.
I'll be watching. Are you watching?
Welcome back. Now we're here at the MSP, and we had our rules segment of the show, and this week we got Mike's Vice President Gloria Jones in. And Ms. Jones, we know you got a rule that you want to talk to them about. Tell them what rule you're explaining this week.
We're talking this week about equipment and equipment safety.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Proper equipment is very important for your children playing football. When you see the children meet the officials in the middle of the field and they ask them if they're properly equipped, they're not talking about skills. They're talking about their pads, knee pads, thigh pads, hip pads, shoulder pads, helmets, pads inside the helmets, All those things are very important for the safety of the children. And parents, when you send your children out to play tackle football, it's very important that they are properly equipped with all those items, with the different pads, the pads and the helmets, and above all, mouthpieces. Now, during the week, on Saturday, there's so many kids I see with mouthpieces. They're so chewed up, they're useless as far as protecting their teeth. And one other thing I want to talk about are the pads inside the helmet. the pads inside the helmets and just the handling of the helmets. So many children are throwing the helmets down on the concrete. They're dropping them on the concrete. And you need to, coaches and parents and anybody concerned, you really need to check these helmets, because if you get little small cracks and tears in them, and eventually it's not going to be safe for the children to play with.
Okay. All right. And one other final note, the cards this week, everybody should have their cards. If you don't, coaches, get with Mr. Brunson so you can order a replacement card. Make sure no card, no play. Everybody should have a card. Look at their face. If the number doesn't coincide, that's fine. As long as their face is on their card, then they're eligible to play. All right, well, that's our show for this week. We appreciate you for tuning in. Got Miss Jones. We also thank Kevin for coming in, taking in for Bronson, who got to recuperate from his bad picks. But that's cool. But I'll be watching.
I'll be watching.
Are you watching?